The bourse was down 1.95% yesterday. What's the movement like on the bourse currently?
Thank you for having me. Like you rightly said, the bourse was down yesterday, and today also the bourse went down a bit, but howbeit the bourse performed better today than it did yesterday. Today, the all-share index closed at 22,393.77 points. That was a decrease of 0.74% from what we had yesterday. We noted today that there were only 19 gainers, as against 40 stocks that stayed flat where they traded yesterday, and as whopping 67 stocks that went down today. Volumes were mainly driven by the banks, Zenith Bank and Guarantee Trust Bank being the main volume drivers for today. On the gainers chart, we saw Guinness, and we saw Benue Cement Company of Nigeria, and Unilever also leading the chart of the gainers that we had today.
Why were there 67 stocks that were down?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
The 67 stocks that you said were on the list of losers. Why so many stocks down in Nigeria?
Well, I guess if I heard you correctly, why we had 67 stocks that went down today, I guess what's happening is that the market had sort of recovered from the shock that the market had a few days ago when the CBN announced the restructuring that was going on in the banking sector. And we noticed some bit of recovery after that. But after a while, we saw value investors coming to take the value that had accrued over time. And we saw some stocks going down. In recent time, we noted again that what we've always said about the market, what we expect to happen in the market, is that the market will continue to oscillate between where people believe there is value to invest and they have seen also value to take from the market. We do not think that the stocks that went down today is just as a result of what is happening in the banking industry, but it's just as a result of profit takers wanting to take profits that they get as soon as they get the profit.
Well, has the MPC meeting in any way affected the bourse?
Sorry, can you say that again, Fenly?
The MPC meeting which took place yesterday, has that affected any investor sentiments on the bourse today?
Well, none that we've critically seen. What we noted today also is that part of the stocks that were suspended, the banking stocks that were suspended have been lifted, and we noted that the part of those stocks were part of the ones that went down today, and we have not seen any massive change from what had been in the market. As a matter of fact, the truth is that the volumes that we have seen are not very much different. One had anticipated that volumes will become much higher, but we have not seen that. The market has sort of been stable in terms of what has been happening all week. And we expect that going forward this week, we expect the market to just continue the same in the same direction that it's done. Maybe tomorrow we'll see a little bit of appreciation, and by Friday we'll see a little bit more of appreciation. But we don't expect any drastic changes in the market for this week.
The 5 banks which received the bailout, the NSE has lifted the ban on them. How exactly did they perform?
Well, we monitored the 5 banks that were recently affected by the CBN restructuring. And what we found out today was that in today's trading, not much volume was traded in those banks. Whilst the 5 of them went down in terms of between yesterday's price and today's price, but we noted very cautiously that the volumes traded were not very much. This could mean that there wasn't much demand for the stocks in terms of people picking them up. But the truth of the matter is that we expect that the CBN has invested money in these banks, the management has been changed, that going forward, that these institutions will remain stable, as we expect the general outlook for the whole banking industry in Nigeria to remain stable, because what has happened in the banking industry is for the good of the industry, and we expect that there will be stability coming back in the market.